Rebel Moon Part 2 Electric Boogaloo Non-Directors Not For Realsies Zach's Vision We Promise Guy. Jesus Christ in a clown car. This isn't the first, second, or 50 septillionth time I have asked this, but can someone please tell me what dirt Zack Snyder has on the Netflix execs exactly? Does he have a copy of a certain hard drive from an island off the coast of Florida, or is he in possession of other incriminating material, as that is the only way I can see this air quotes movie getting made? Spoilers, by the way, for the 4 people on planet Earth who actually care. Now, hold on. This was a baby step better than the last movie. We actually got some characterization, and by characterization, we got first draft 5th edition D&D characters who, I shit you not, all sit around a table and create their characters. And hey, this movie has a beginning, middle, and end, so that's nice-ish, I suppose. The villains are just, okay, let me reel it in. So, the entire impetus of this Little House on the Prairie meets Aliens, meets 40K Star of War, meets Severin Samurai X the remake of the Magnificent Seven, is that the star-faring empire needs the produce of a tiny settlement of space Amish Vikings, and thus sends a dreadnought, which is just a 40K frigate with all the Imperial heraldry ripped off. But before I get sidetracked on ripping the nonsensical technology of this movie, we should go through the rest of what passes itself off as a plot. So they have gathered their party and are now preparing to fight the Empire. General Titus forms a plan that makes some level of sense until it doesn't. They're going to hide behind a grain wall because the Starfaring Empire wants that bread, like, really bad, and they have a gearing up sequence where a bunch of very small women and very effete men wield comically oversized weapons. They, of course, require no actual training because, of course, these people who have never seen combat will totally not panic under fire from tanks and So Captain Noble pops on down to twirl his mustache and be like, hey, we are going to invade you. And they're like, we know you are. And the main character and the second Dario from Game of Thrones snog, and she cuts her hair so that she looks even more like a teenage boy. So the invasion happens, and Zack the Hack slaps the slow-mo button a lot, because slow motion equals cool. Right, guys? Right? And our MC sneaks aboard the ship and blows it up by planting explosives on the engine, which is shaped like a human-ish head eating wires for no reason. Oh, beforehand, Captain Noble decides they can blow up the grain, meaning that they didn't really need it in the first place, making the entire plot pointless. Have fun with that bit. The MC's boy toy got killed, but they have won, so yay! Now they're going off to fight the Empire some more and save the space princess that is the girl that's the key to everything. And that's what I could remember from the plot, which I watched this movie this morning, and I am already forgetting characters and what passes for a storyline because they are all horrifically boring and forgettable. The aesthetic is, look, there are stills that if you took them out of the movie and isolated them could, if one was willing to be really generous, be interpreted as cool. But this movie is like showing someone an AI-generated image for a split second, and if they only see it for half a second, they won't notice the 7th finger on the guy's hand or that his right leg is bifurcated at the ankle. However, if you leave it up long enough for the purposes of allowing the viewer a good look, then these flaws are blindingly obvious, and Rebel Moon Part 2, like its predecessor, displays these issues in excruciating detail. The entire time I was watching Rebel Moon, it left me wanting to see the movies that Zack ripped off to create the particular scene that he was showing you. Instead of this god-awful friggin' snooze fest, would I recommend Rebel Moon, ladies and gentlemen? No, I would not. The writing is bad first draft level, the direction is typical Snyder self-indulgence, and the acting couldn't cover the massive friggin' problems with the plot, even if it was performed by people who actually cared. Rebel Moon Part 2, like Part 1, is a bad meme of bad memes about sci-fi. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for today. Tell me what you think down below. This has been Pete, the Radical Nerd, signing off.